Hello and welcome to another edition of Air Force Hockey. Along with head coach Frank Serratore, I'm Brian German. The Falcons went on the road this weekend, took on Sacred Heart out in Bridgeport, Connecticut. And Coach, I know it's tough usually as a coach when you go in and you play a team that hasn't won a game in conference yet. It's a little scary situation, but your team went in and they got the job done in both games.
Yeah, they did, and it is scary. It's scary going in because Sacred Heart's competent. I mean, their record is horrible, but they are not a horrible team. And you know, as I talked with Brian Riley a week ago, they're going to get somebody. And like Brian said, I'm glad we're done with them. And I want to echo that statement. I'm glad we're done with them as well, because they are going to get somebody before it's all said and done. And it's great to have you know, those two games and behind us and those 4 road points in the bank.
Most definitely. We'll talk more about those points in a minute, but let's go ahead and get to the highlights. First from Saturday, this is Saturday-Sunday series. First from Saturday night, this is Air Force and Sacred Heart via the voice of the Falcons, Jay Ritchie.
In front of the Sacred Heart goalie, Stephen Legato. Near circle, they fight for it. It comes back to the top of the circle. Tony Thomas, wrister, knocked down out front. Thomas gets it back, shoots, and scores! He goes 5-hole and beats Legato, and it's 1-0 Air Force.
It was tipped right in front. Ryan Timer, the junior, gets his 4th of the season. 49 seconds in, Air Force gets on the board.
Thomas picks it up in the corner. Tried to get it back to Carey, coming down the slot. Carey on the doorstep, deflected, out front, score! Air Force 2-0 Falcons.
Carey tips it in, 2-0. Air Force leads 14-14 left in the first.
And from behind, Kleisinger saves for Air Force. Now the puck goes back and forth. Another Air Force turnover and a 3-on-2 for Sacred Heart. And a shot and a score for the Pioneers. After the turnover, Kyle Verbeek rang it off the inside elbow and in the back of the net. And it's 2-1 just like that. Puck comes out to the blue line, held in there by the Pioneers. Sent out front. There's a shot. Oh, Brian Sheehan, and we are tied at 2-2 after the power play goal by the Pioneers with 10.5 seconds left in the first period. The Falcons are going to skate off the ice, wondering how in the heck they're tied at 2-2. Still in the circle, and finally out to the blue line where it's kept in by McKenzie. McKenzie tees it up, takes the shot, misses wide. In the corner, near side, off the corner, Falcons have it centered out front, one time, Kleisinger, goal, Air Force.
His 4th of the season. It gives Air Force a 3-2 lead, 17:42 left in the second.
Gets there first to McKenzie. McKenzie looks for Cruz, finds him. Cruz gets it to Demers. Demers comes in, sends a pass across. Bingo! Score! Air Force, Tony Thomas.
Gets his 7th of the season, second goal of this period by Air Force, and the Falcons with a 4-2 lead with 2:04 left in the second.
After 2 periods, leading Sacred Heart by a score of 4-2 has gone bye-bye. Coming through is DeLong. DeLong walks in, then he passes across for a shot by Barthelmess. Save made by Torf. Centering pass out front, broken up, blocked nicely off the stick of John Cruz. There for Air Force. They funnel one down the slot. Torf got a piece of that one. He kicks it over to Fabian, and Fabian gets the clear for Air Force. Lost it in the neutral zone. Taken away by Persian. Persian comes in, left wing in the circle, feeds Kleisinger, who buries it in the back of the net. CK, second goal of the game. It's 5-2 Air Force.
Kleisinger gets his 2nd of the game tonight, and Air Force has a 5-2 lead. 7:49 left in the third.
The final score, Air Force 5, Sacred Heart 2.
Frank, I think you saw on the tape there what you were talking about a little bit earlier. Sacred Heart has some potential, and they came back and tied this game up at 2.
Well, they've got their forwards are. They've got a young decor. They had, one night they had 4, maybe 5. They had 4 freshmen, maybe 5 freshmen on defense. They only had 1 upperclassman, and so they got a real young decor. Their goaltending's been inconsistent because I think their team's been inconsistent. Legato was fabulous against us the first night, and then the second night when we got to him, they brought their second guy in and he was competent. So, you know, they've got, you know, there's a little bit of something there, but their forwards kind of carry their team, and you know, once they get it going, they can put pressure on you. And they generated 38 shots against us on Sunday. And you know, shame on us, but also, like I said, they're not that bad a team. And you know, they get after it. They put you on your heels. They're more than capable of being able to generate offensive scoring chances.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look now at the Sunday game. Once again, Jay Ritchie.
First period. The puck in the Sacred Heart end from the corner near side. A centering pass broken up by the Pioneers. Loose out in front in the slot. Hash marks. DeLaurel turns, shoots. Pad save Legato. Out to the point. Another hard shot. Artman Legato makes another save. And then he swan dives on the puck and covers up. Taps it ahead. Got a man in front of him. Back to Thomas, comes in, goes to the backhand. Legato again, standing tall, makes the save. Long stretch pass, and Air Force comes right back on the attack. There's a puck that bounces loose, though. Legato picks it up, can't clear the zone, and it's a mistake by Legato, and Air Force makes him pay from the wall. Carew, Cole Gunner, score, Air Force.
Cole Gunner gets his 5th of the season as Air Force has a 1-0 lead, 13:25 left first period.
And the Pioneers take it away. After the turnover, a shot. Torf makes the save, leaves a rebound, but the rebound cleared into the corner. Dug out of the corner for the Pioneers, and this is going to be Ketchum with a turnaround shot on target, knocked down by Torf. Ketchum picks it up again. Shot. Torf makes another kick save. And the corner, McKenzie tried to pick it up and swung and missed it. So the Pioneers keep it alive. Falcons had a chance to clear it, didn't do it, and Sacred Heart makes them pay. Jared Eng from the left point, tie game, 1 apiece. So after one, we're even at 1 apiece. It lifts it in the air over the head of one of the defenders for the Pioneers into the Sacred Heart end. The scramble up front, Carey, forehand, backhand, crossing from right to left, goes backhand and scores. Ben Carey picks it up in front, knows what to do with it.
It's 5th of the season for the freshman from Denver, and the Falcons have a 2-1 lead, 19:23 left, second period.
Finally, Thomas gets a stick on it, dumps it in behind the net, and now Fabian with the takeaway and a breakaway. Jason Fabian comes in on Legato. He shoots and he scores!
3-1. Air Force 18-10 left in the second.
Along the goal line far side, back to Waldock, far point. To Carew, cross box for a one-timer. Kyle DeLaurel scores for Air Force. Power play goal.
5 goals in the last 3 games for Kyle DeLaurel, 9th of the season. Gives Air Force a 4-1 lead. 15:54 left, second period.
Squeezed off by Air Force. Gunner has it. Gunner to Thomas. Back to Gunner. Gunner top of the far circle. Back to Thomas coming in. Tips it and deflects it. Is it in? Yes, it is.
4th goal in a span of 6 minutes in this second period, and Falcons have a 5-1 lead with 14:13 left.
Falcons will take a 5-1 lead into the final period. They send it down low. Good-looking power play here by the Pioneers. Castengay has it. He feeds Brightbill. His shot. Torf comes out, makes the save, and covers up.
Oh, how aggressive was Jason Torf on that save. He read it all the way.
Getting to it first, Weisenhofer tried to wrap it around and clear it, but it's kept in at the blue line. Shot in from there, dribbled around out front, and with an open net put in by Sheehan.
And they make it 5-2. Air Force with 14:49 left in the third.
Pioneers take it away. Nick Curry. Curry for Sacred Heart still has the puck. Goes around Fabian. Centers. Shot. Score. Pioneers. Watch out. We got a 5-3 game. Feeds to the blue line to McKenzie. His shot. Blocked out front. Comes right back to McKenzie. Max sends it low. Behind the net. A little give and go. Score. Air Force. Somehow that puck ricocheted around and beats Bednarchuk, and it's 6-3.
For Adam McKenzie, 2nd of the season, and Air Force answers the 2 Sacred Heart goals. It's now Air Force 6, Sacred Heart 3, 9:36 left in the third.
And it's loose at center ice, picked up by Ketchum. Ketchum comes in. He's got space, takes the shot, save Torf, and it's kicked out of there by the Falcons. Under 5 seconds to go in the game. 6-3 Air Forces. Torf makes a save, makes another save at the buzzer. And that's the game. Game over. 6-3, the final score. Air Force wins it.
They come out of that series with 4 points. That was Air Force's mission in this one, and they got that done. They got the 4 points.
Coach, so you get the 4 road points, and I think hats off once again. It seems like every weekend we say a great job by Jason Torf.
Yeah, Jason's been our most consistent player, and if you're going to have a most consistent player, that's probably the position that you want to have it in. And Jason we kind of know what we're going to get from him every weekend, and he was solid in the Army series and in the Sacred Heart series. You know, there was a couple of key saves at key times. Had he not made those, those games could have gotten away from us. And he's got that ability and that knack to make the big save at the right time, and that's a valuable attribute to possess.
Most definitely. And I think your team's coming around, Coach. I think you look at the last 10 games, your team is 6-2-2. And let's talk about this, because in the last 4 or 5 years, maybe even longer, the Falcons in January have not played very well. I think you'd agree with me on that point. And this year in January, you're 3-1-1. So maybe your team's turned the corner a little earlier than normal.
Well, we also, we didn't take as much time off for Christmas, and I thought when we came back, we only took about 4 or 5 days off, and then we met in Minnesota and we practiced early there, and I thought we played pretty well in Minnesota. We weren't far off, and I agree with you. We're better, and I think a big part of that is the fact that we didn't have as large we didn't take as much time off for the Christmas break.
Right. I could tell you, bright side, looking at it, that the Falcons are just 1 point out of second place, but I've got to tell you there's 8 teams within 3 points there. It's just a mob in Atlantic hockey right now. Of course, Niagara's running away with it, but the rest of the teams are all fighting for it.
Hey, there's just a lot of hockey to be left played, and I don't even really want to look at it, because so many different scenarios can could turn out. But the biggest thing for us right now is we've just got to continue to move forward. We've got to continue to improve as a team. We've still got a lot of room for improvement. We gave up 3 power play goals to a Sacred Heart team that was 7% on the power play prior to last week. We gave up 38 shots on Sunday. With that, we're playing with spirit, we're playing with vigor, we're finding ways to win and get points. So I mean, all that's good. But within the framework of all that, we've just got to become better as a team, especially defensively.
All right. The Falcons, of course, will play their next 4 games at home at the Cadet Ice Arena, and it starts with a series against Robert Morris. Eric Levine comes in here. I think he's 7th in the nation as a goaltender in saves percentage. Always a trouble for you, but you beat Robert Morris the first time out this year and back in October.
Yeah, no doubt. But I mean, that was a tough game too. It got down to, I think we scored an empty net to win that. And games with Robert Morris are always going to be tough. They're going to be, of course, Derek Schooley is the coach, and we know that they're going to be well coached and they're going to be ready to play. Derek always wants to win every night, but he especially wants to win when he comes back to Air Force. And you're dead on with Eric Levine. Eric Levine is going to, he's a guy we're going to have to somehow find a way to get to, because he can single-handedly win games for his team on a given night.
Yeah. Do they kind of the same sort of thing as you? I mean, they won 7 in a row earlier this year. Is Robert Morris a team kind of struggling, looking for themselves as well?
I don't know. You have to ask Derek about that. I got my hands full with our guys. Right now I'm just coaching the Falcons, and you can call Derek and have him cut him in on the show a little bit if you want, and get his take on things. But right now, all I know is we've kind of got things going in the right direction. We're not where we want to be, but we're going in the right direction. I like our team now. The last 10 games, I've enjoyed watching them play. Like I said, our compete level's been good. Our energy, our vigor, all those things have been right. And now we're just trying to get the right cocktail of defensemen on the ice. And improve defensively. If we're going to have success coming down the stretch, we're going to have to become a better even strength team, and we're going to have to be more consistent on our special teams, especially our penalty killing.
Might help you that you got 8 of your final 12 games at home. You like the way that's no.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll tell you when it's all done. To be honest with you, in the past, there's been some years where we've been a better road team than a home team. I don't care where you play. The points are gonna come tough, and be honest with you, I am not looking past the first period of next Friday night's game against Robert Morris. I mean, it's a matter of just getting into play, competing, battling, trying to get some consistency, trying to get points every weekend, and I'll guarantee you, we can talk and we can speculate as much as we want. I'll guarantee you, playoff positioning is going to get. Major playoff positioning is going to come right down to that last weekend, and we're going to play Niagara the last weekend. Maybe they might have things sewed up by then, but I'll tell you what, there's going to be at least 8 or 9 teams that are going to have a chance to better their playoff position on that last weekend. It's exciting. It makes it exciting for the fans, makes it exciting for the players, coaches, everybody. I mean, when in essence, we're kind of in playoff hockey right now. I mean, when you look at, it's not a do or die situation, but 2 2 points lost on Friday. Somebody will lose 2 points, but most likely, unless there's a tie, and those points could cost Robert Morris or cost Air Force a playoff spot when it's all said and done. So you can't take anything for granted.
That's right. So come on out for playoff type atmosphere at Cadet Ice Arena Friday and Saturday night. Air Force Robert Morris, 7 o'clock. The puck drops both nights. We'll see you then, and see you back here for the highlights and Frank next week. See you then.